You plant your roses, you water them regularly, and you wait for that explosive burst of colorful, fragrant blooms. But instead of vibrant flowers, all you end up with is a massive bush of lush, green leaves, and barely a single bud in sight. It is one of the most frustrating experiences in gardening. You're doing everything you think you're supposed to do, yet your rose bush completely refuses to flower. The truth is, roses don't just stop blooming by accident. There is almost always a specific, hidden reason behind it, a simple, overlooked mistake in how they're being fed, pruned, or cared for that completely shuts down flower production. What makes this so tricky is that your rose bush might actually look completely healthy on the outside. The stems are strong, the leaves are deep green, and the plant seems to be thriving. So naturally, you assume everything is fine and you just need to wait a little longer. But weeks turn into months and still nothing happens. Most gardeners assume their plant is just being stubborn or that they got unlucky with a weak variety. In reality, roses are heavy feeders and very sensitive to how they're treated. When a rose bush produces plenty of foliage but zero flowers, it's sending you a very specific message. Something in its environment or routine is encouraging leaf production while actively blocking bloom formation. In this video, we're going to uncover the exact reasons why your roses aren't producing flowers, and more importantly, how to fix them so you can enjoy continuous, massive blooms all season long. Once you understand what's holding your plant back, turning things around is surprisingly simple. If you want to stop guessing and start getting real, beautiful results in your garden, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We share practical, easy-to-follow gardening guides every week to help you grow your best garden yet. We're going to walk through 5 distinct mistakes that prevent roses from flowering. We will start with the most common feeding errors and light issues, work our way through pruning and watering habits, and finish with the single biggest hidden mistake that steals blooms. A simple stem issue that tricks even experienced gardeners into waiting for flowers that will never show up. Each step gets progressively more critical, so keep an eye out as we count down to the ultimate bloom killer. Let's start with mistake number 5, feeding too much nitrogen. It's easy to think that more fertilizer automatically means more flowers. But when you give your roses a plant food high in nitrogen, you're telling the plant to focus all its energy on growing long, leafy stems instead of setting flower buds. The plant looks full and bushy, but the blooms are nowhere to be found. To fix this, switch to a fertilizer higher in phosphorus and potassium, the nutrients that directly support root development and heavy bud formation. Mistake number 4, not giving them enough direct sunlight. Roses are sun-loving plants that need at least 6 hours of direct, unobstructed sunlight every day to produce energy for blooming. If your rose is planted in shade or under a dense tree canopy, it might survive, but it simply won't have the fuel to create flower buds. If sunlight is limited, try thinning out overhead tree branches or relocating the bush to a brighter spot in your garden. Mistake number 3, incorrect deadheading. When a rose flower fades, the plant's natural instinct is to start developing seeds, known as rose hips. If you leave spent blooms on the bush, the plant directs its energy toward those seeds rather than producing new flower buds. To keep the bloom cycle going, snip off faded flowers down to the first set of 5 healthy leaves. This signals to the plant that it needs to grow a new flowering shoot immediately. Mistake number 2, irregular watering habits. Roses need consistent moisture at their roots to support healthy buds. Deep, infrequent watering encourages strong roots, while shallow, uneven watering stresses the plant and causes flower buds to abort before they ever open. Keep the soil evenly moist, especially during hot summer spells, and water at the base of the plant to keep the leaves dry. That brings us to mistake number 1, ignoring blind shoots, the ultimate hidden mistake. A blind shoot is a stem that grows normally, looks perfectly healthy, but completely lacks a flowering bud at the tip. Instead of ending in a tight green bud, the tip just tapers off into nothing. Many gardeners leave these blind stems untouched, hoping a bud will eventually appear, but these shoots waste valuable nutrients without ever producing a single flower. The fix? Prune the blind shoot back by about half, cutting just above an outward-facing leaf bud. This forces the plant to send out a fresh stem that will actually produce a flower. To keep your roses producing a constant supply of heavy, vibrant flowers all season, follow this simple master routine. First, ensure your plant receives a minimum of 6 full hours of direct sunlight every day. Second, keep the root zone consistently moist by applying deep, slow watering at the base of the bush twice a week, rather than quick surface sprays. Third, feed your roses with a balanced fertilizer formulated specifically for blooming plants, one rich in phosphorus and potassium rather than high nitrogen. Finally, make it a habit to check your bush weekly. Cut spent blooms down to a set of 5 leaves, and prune back any blind shoots by half to immediately trigger fresh, flower-bearing growth. The biggest takeaway here is that a rose bush covered in green leaves isn't necessarily a healthy bloomer. It's often just a plant putting its energy into the wrong places. When you fix the light, feed for buds instead of leaves, stay on top of deadheading, and actively prune out blind shoots, you stop wasting the plant's natural strength. Once you make these quick adjustments, your roses will stop growing empty foliage and start directing all that power toward generating big, vibrant, long-lasting flowers. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any blind shoots on your rose bushes this season? Or are you dealing with another stubborn blooming issue? Drop a comment below and tell me about your garden. I read every single comment and love helping you guys troubleshoot.